wish that sounded louder. I wonder why it sounds so. Let's see if we can. Oh, yeah, it's definitely not loud, is it? Oh my goodness, I'm really not sure what to do. You know, the thing about technology is, bleh, there, I said something unintelligible. All right, let's load up Diablo 2. How about that? Good morning, everyone. God bless you. I hope you're all having a good day. Praise the Lord God. It's good to see you guys, even if it's later in a YouTube video. I hope you're having a wonderful time. Let me flip over to Diablo 2. There we go. How absolutely beautiful. Well, let's talk a little bit about Diablo 2. So there were some things I was trying out this weekend. Because you know Brother Love's always trying out new builds. So I have this idea for a video series. And I don't know if it's any good. So you guys will have to tell me in the comments. The name of the first video that we're going to record today is going to be The Return of the Master Killer. But the theme is, can I take this item in Diablo 2 and build a whole build around this one item? And today's item is, drumroll please, the Guardian Angel. Oh, look at this beautiful absolute Chad with his Guardian Angel right there. I suppose we should take a minute to talk about current Diablo 2 news. Current Diablo 2 news is that they're wanting to add these new charms into the game, and the charms give a sundered effect to immunities. And all of the people out there who are killjoys and purists, they call them purists, I call them morons, because even I take that back. They frustrate me because even the original Diablo made changes. People forget that Diablo 2 had patches. In patch, I think it was 1.10, they introduced immunities. And a lot of people quit Diablo over that because what a terrible idea to ruin the game for almost every class. And that's why Hammerdin took over and Lightning Javazon and, you know, you guys know what the deal is. So this idea of the charms is every class can now break immunity, and at a cost of 75, you know, whatever. If you want to break cold immune, it'll cost you negative 75 cold immune. And you just got to make up for that in your gear, or not. Or maybe you just don't care at all. Well, I think that's a beautiful idea. The best thing they could do would be to completely rebalance immunities and then completely rebalance every ability based on the rebalance of immunities. For example, just completely remove immunities from the game and give every monster, you know, 0 to 95, whatever resistance you want them to have, and then tell the player base, hey, when you go to the Stony Tomb, they're going to be mainly resistant to lightning. You know what I'm saying? And so then we'll know to use our build against lightning. I think the charms are a stopgap measure that is much easier to do and implement than the actual rebalancing of everything. But I'm very grateful for the idea. I think it's a wonderful idea. So Brother Love's a huge fan of the idea of Sunder Charms, whereas most people are not. Now, where I have a problem with the Sunder Charms is actually with the Magic Sunder Charm, which is incredibly unuseful, and the Physical Sunder Charm, which again, unless you're a ranged physical user, is incredibly useless. because you can't make up the difference in magic resistance and physical resistance easily, if at all, honestly, in your gear, if at all. So here's my suggestion. Um, for the magic resistance, just make it minus 15 in lightning resistance, poison resistance, fire resistance, cold resistance. Like instead of 15 all res, 15 minus res, right? And same thing with the physical, because it's impossible to make up that physical difference, man. You will ruin your character trying to. And in addition to that, if a character's in melee range, double the damage. So what I'm suggesting for the physical one is, not only does it sunder physically, it has negative 15 all res. Okay, it no longer has minus the physical resistance, because it's a terrible idea. You know, I actually think Blizzard's smart enough that they know that's a bad idea, and sometimes I think they throw out an idea on purpose just to get the community talking when they already have the solution implemented and they just gotta press a button. Because I don't think anybody honestly thinks negative, you know, 50 magic resistance or negative 25 physical damage resistance is a good idea. It's a ungappable bridge, and it just makes melee way worse in a patch that's making ranged and magic users way better. So again, to get back on it, I would recommend it, just like with the Firenin, Shockedin, Freezedin. If a monster's within melee range, you do double. That's 100% physical damage in addition, right? That takes care of the Boazon. Okay, they get 50. That's fine. I don't care. They get 50. You know, that doesn't bother me at all. Give them the 50. I'm not a wet blanket. I think a rising tide raises all ships. You know what I'm saying? And just let them physically sunder with no physical penalty, just the 15 to all res penalty, and I think that would be perfect. I think that's a perfect fix. Okay, so we talked about the fix to the charms that I think is a wonderful idea that's coming out soon. I'm incredibly looking forward to October the 6th. This might be the first ever season I complete in Diablo. I've never completed a season before. In Diablo 3, I've actually done several seasons, believe it or not. But in Diablo 2, it's just such a hardcore game. But with this being the first season you can get to level 99 by yourself, I'm super excited about it. I'm going to be completely honest. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about what we're going to do today. I had an idea. What if you take one piece of gear and you make a whole build around that piece of gear, right? So today's piece of gear is called the Guardian Angel. Now you guys might remember back when I had the Immortal, the Highlander, the Barbarian. I actually used Guardian Angel on the Barbarian, and I killed Uber Tristram with it. I killed all the content in the game with that Barbarian, just to show that this piece of gear can be used. But what is its most optimal use? You know, it's got +1 to Paladin skills. Its most optimum use is probably not going to be on a Barbarian, right? It's an interesting piece of gear, but what's its most optimum use? Which is where I came up with the idea today. This guy's name is Return of the Master Killer, which is actually the name of one of my favorite kung fu movies of all time. If you guys remember the Shawn Brothers kung fu movies, when I was a younger man, they used to have on TV what was called Kung Fu June. It was on the USA Network way back in the day. And for the whole month, they would feature kung fu movies, right? Well, at some point I saw The Return of the Master Killer. It's also known as The Fist of the White Lotus, right? No, that's a different movie. My bad. That might be Return to the 36th Chamber. Ugh, anyway, kung fu movies complicated. Blah, blah, blah. I'm an old man. I don't even know where I'm at. But anyway, Return to the Master Killer. That's what we're calling this guy. I'm going to do the most important content with this guy. I'm going to explain his build. And that's pretty much the theme of the series. And I actually have a second build after this one, also involving the Paladin. Because you guys know, Brother Love is a huge fan of the Paladin. I love the Paladin very much. So let's go to Hell difficulty. Oh, and in case you're wondering, yes, my Friesen already beat Hell. He's level, I think he's level 81 now. But I discovered several things about the Friesen in the end game. He was the easiest character I ever played to beat Hell, to beat the entire game. In fact, Hell was easier on him than on any other character I've ever played. But the problem came to farming Hell. He was actually problematic because he gets a little expensive to repair. And repair cost is a big deal to Brother Love. Okay, first let's take a look at our build. We got 16 points in resist lightning. And why 16? That's a good question. The 16 points are simply to fix our resistances. Apparently, I took items off my character. Let's fix that. Oh, it's because I was gonna play a Boas on last night. Yeah, that's exactly. That's what happened. Brother Love is a silly goose, ladies and gentlemen. I can't help it. I'm a silly man. That's okay. It's as simple as putting the items back on. As far as big deals go, this is not one. This is not a big deal. Now, finding my Angelus might be a big deal. Where's that bad boy at? Don't tell me I put it on the Boazon. Yikes. Oof. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. You ever wonder why you do the things you do? Let's see where we got this Angelus at real quick. I thought he was completely ready for the video. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. Oh, there it is. See? There wasn't but so many places that thing could be at. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's gear this bad boy up real quick and then we'll talk about him. Throw some gear on him and we'll explain how we're going to make the most use out of Guardian Angel possible. Now, this is just my opinion. Just like with the other games I play, I am not the greatest expert who ever lived. I don't know everything. You probably know better than I do. And I respect you guys' knowledge. So if you have an idea, let me know. If you have a thought, feel free to share it. Yeah, Brother Love's, I'm a beginner. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's how I describe myself. I am just a beginner. Just a humble, lowly beginner. Alright, so this is going to be fanaticism. So I am actually not sure which of those would be better to throw a whole bunch of points into. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I'm not 100% here. I'm not sure what charms I was wearing because this build can pretty much just do anything it wants to. That's kind of the nice thing about Diablo 2, isn't it? That it can do almost anything it wants to. Yeah, we need a couple more all-resers. Let's see here. Where's my real good one at? I gotta do a better job of organizing my charms, right? Let's see, what do we look like now? Looks like we actually need one more, at least one more charm. And then I can put anything I want in the rest of the slots, honestly. There we go. That should, yep, that should cap us off. Look at this, guys. And this is the benefit of the gear I'm wearing, is now you see why I put those 16 points into lightning resistance. Because now we have 3 of our 4 resistances capped at 95%. That's as good as it gets. You can't go any higher than 95%. We got some room here. I could be lazy and just throw stuff in, or I could actually try and do a good job and make you guys proud. It's a tough choice, I'm not gonna lie. I am awful lazy, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Let's put some magic find in that bad boy. And in fact, let's finish off with magic find, because we really don't need anything else on this character. I already tested him. I know what his limits are. Oh, whoops. That was not magic find. We need 2 more. 1, 2, and we're done. Let's see what kind of magic find we got on this bad boy now. Let's see. 142%. You know what? I'm completely fine with that. I think that's a beautiful number for magic find. But what do I really know? Apparently, I was listening to a Diablo expert, and there's actually a magic find number. I don't know what it is, so if you do know, feel free to share with me. Apparently, there's a number of magic find that will help you get runes better. And the way it does that, it doesn't necessarily increase your chance of a rune dropping per se, but it decreases the chance of junk dropping, which in turn, now I didn't know that, and I don't know what that number of magic find is. So again, if anybody knows, feel free to share in the comments. This is going to be on YouTube, and I will greatly appreciate you. Alright, so we need to put some gear on our homeboy right here. We can't have him running around without no gear on. Let's hook a brother up. Let's hook a brother up.
I can't carry anymore.
Give me a hard time, game.
I'll put that to good use.
There we go. Pride, Andes, Fortitude. And for this build, we're going to go with the Might Act 2 Mercenary. The Might Act 2 Mercenary. So we get the uninterruptible from here, extra damage. We get the extra damage from here, so that's a double whammy, lots of damage. And let's take a look at our gear real quick, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Exile F. It gives us level 16 Defiance Aura, and that is mwah, that is beautiful. We have the Guardian Angel. This is the piece de resistance. This is the reason we're making this video. It has faster block rate, increased chance of block, attack rating against demons. Good news, everyone. All of the main bosses in the game are demons. I need to fix that so you can see it on the video. Thank you so much, Iron Anger. How are you doing? God bless you, buddy. I forgot that I changed my stuff. I need to do some behind the scenes things. How are you doing, my beautiful friend? Oh, you resubscribed. That's so kind of you. 9 months. Great googly moogly. You're a good friend. How's everything going? Are you working out, or are you about to go work out? For those of you who don't know, Iron Anger is an absolute beast mode of a man. He is very healthy and fit. He's an inspiration. So this is called the Guardian Angel, and let me tell you guys a story. Brother Love always loved this item. I wanted one so bad, and when Diablo 2 first came out, I couldn't get my hands on one. Yeah, it wasn't until Diablo 2 Resurrected came out that I was finally able to get my hands on a Guardian Angel. And just look at how beautiful it is. It has plus 15 to all your maximum resists. And it has damage reduction because we socketed it with a burr rune. This thing is beautiful. It's beautiful. In our main hand, we're using a Grief, Gulima's Face, High Lord's Wrath, Ravenfrost, Verdungo's Hardy Cord, Bulkathos, Gore Riders, and Steel Rend. And in our swap, we have Spirit and Call to Arms. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the entire build, ladies and gentlemen. Getting ready to go now. Well, that is wonderful, my friend. I hope you have a hugely successful workout. That is beautiful. That is wonderful.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. And I am, as always, grateful for anybody that stops by and talks in the chat. I'm grateful to talk to a friend. Let's go. Let's do the things, ladies and gentlemen. With no further ado, I present to you the Return of the Master Killer. And we are going to go wreak havoc upon the the bestiary of Diablo 2. I'm just going to say, I played this build yesterday, and it was an absolute delight to play. Let's take a look at our skills. Brother Love, how do you like to skill your characters? This was just to get 5% to 95 in Lightning, 20 hard points in Fanaticism, 20 hard points in Zeal, and this was just me messing around. I'm too lazy to even use this stuff, but I messed around with it anyway. Alright, so we are in Hell difficulty, as you can see. Let's go do... Let's show off the hard stuff first. Let's start with the Durians of Hate, and we'll work our way to cows. How about that? Let's kill Mephisto first. I don't think I did Durians of Hate yesterday, so I'm a little hesitant, but you know, I like to see things. I like to find out things for myself. Let's see how we do in here. Famous last words, right, ladies and gentlemen? Famous last words. Let's see. So, for those of you who don't know the problems with melee characters, the problem with a melee character in Diablo 3 is there's these little monsters called Stygian dolls. And those little jerks can just about one-shot any melee character in the game. And when they die, they explode and do a metric ton of damage, right? And this place is full of Stygian dolls, so we're about to find out.
I can't carry any.
We're gonna find out the hard way if this build is okay in Endurance of Hate. There's one right behind me. Oh, and that's another problem I found with the Frost thing, by the way. With the Frost build. I'm just gonna let him kill those guys. For some reason, the slow effect wouldn't work against Stygian dolls. And I know that's gotta be a... That's gotta be a bug of some sort, but let me tell you something, guys. When the whole point of your build is you don't want things to get in contact with your character, and it doesn't stop the most dangerous monster in the game from touching your character, that's a fail. That is a humongous, tremendous fail, right? Just gonna let my dude kill him because for some reason he doesn't, your mercenary doesn't die from the Stygian dolls. I'm grateful for it. It doesn't make sense, but again, I'll take what I can get. Oh, we need to get some. We need to get some potions, dude. You're running low. Yeah, I was really disappointed in the Holy Freeze Paladin. When I went through the Endurance of Hate, it did not slow down a single Stygian doll the entire time. That was big sad, ladies and gentlemen.
It's locked.
Big sad.
It's locked.
Because that was one of the main reasons I ran the build, is everybody told me how safe the build was. And it was a really smooth build to level through Diablo 2. But it failed 100% in Endurance of Hate. In fact, I believe that's the only place I died at as a Holy Freeze. I'm might have died somewhere else, but Stygian dogs will almost always kill you. They're pretty nasty, I'm not gonna lie. Yikes. Gonna have to keep my hit point buff on. Pretty nasty little monsters. Yeah, they're dirty little skeleton pygmy things.
It's locked.
But that's really the only monster I think I'm afraid of in Diablo 2 right now. Try and let him take care of most of them. That's why he gets paid the big bucks. I put the good gear on him to... That's my way of saying thank you. Oh, is there a name over there? Let me go kill it real quick. Oh, there was some dolls hiding next to the name. This place is so sneaky. If I die, I'm gonna be so embarrassed. 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 I don't know how I live with the embarrassment. Dying is just a part of Diablo 2. It happens to the best, and I'm by no means the best at this game. What I'm doing is I'm looking for the passageway to level 3. And for those of you who don't know, the Durance I Hate is actually a humongous, it's a huge map. See if I can man up and kill him myself. I'm gonna look death right in the face. Okay, so far so good. I'm gonna step up to the plate. I'm gonna call my shot. Let's see if I can do damage quicker than they can do damage. Woo, that hurt. Okay, googly moogly. You guys see my hit points fly down?
I can't carry it.
Little monsters are nasty, man. Sometimes they show up in the throne room of Bel. Oh man, that is a bad time, let me tell you. Because there's this one particular monster that can resurrect Stygian dolls. I think it's like wave 2 of Bel. And so you won't notice the Stygian doll get resurrected, and it'll stab you in the back and you'll be dead. Yeah. It's always a pleasant surprise when that happens. It looks like Dead by Daylight is even going to run Ots Darva off. No way. Listen, this one thing I respect about Ots Darva and Dowsy and
I need a key.
And True Talent. The thing I respect about those dudes is no matter how bad a state the game's in, they're so good at the game that they can overcome the health state of the game. So that would be a tremendous surprise if Ots Darva couldn't handle it anymore.
I can't carry anymore.
Please, feel free to share a clip, Iron Anger, with me, and you can PM it to me and I'll take a look at it. I would love to hear Ots talk about his feelings on the current state of the game. As a killer main who no longer plays the game anymore, the thing that drove me off is my MMR was so high, it only put me up against teams that had cheaters on it. And since they haven't dealt with the hacking problem in the game, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but you really can't beat a team that has cheaters on it. So when you know you should be winning and you miraculously lose every single game, yeah, I'm a small enough person to admit winning is important to me, and I cannot handle losing when I know I should win. Yeah. gonna be honest, Brother Love has a little bit too much pride, and kids don't be like that. Don't be like Brother Love.
I need a key. I am overburdened.
Pride definitely comes before the fall. That is absolutely true.
It's locked.
But yeah, it doesn't surprise me that someone like Ots would experience trouble, because these hackers, they know all of your account information and they can pull you into their lobbies,
It's
and
locked.
no doubt
It's locked.
they enjoy tormenting people like True Talent and Not Starter. I have no doubt at all.
I can't carry anymore.
I want to find a big pack of Stygian dolls so I can see if I can survive against them. That's kind of the whole point of this build, is what can it survive? So
I need a key.
I do
need a
want to
key.
test it out. Since I've been looking for the dolls, I can't find them. That is hilarious. There's the staircase down, by the way. Come on, give me one more pack of dolls, guys. Let's use our call to arms real quick. Nope.
I am overburdened.
Oh well.
I can't
I guess the
carry
world
anymore.
will never know. I'm just joking. I have nothing better to do with my day. This is my plan. I'm gonna show off these two builds today, and that's really it. That's all I have. There we go.
I can't carry anymore.
There we go. You see that? There was a named doll in that pack. We stared death in the face, and we came away to victor. GG's. That was worth it. That was worth it. Which is weird, because the only thing that really lowers physical damage on us is, well, look at that. 23% is actually really nice. So we have the two things that help against Stygian dolls. Damage, resistance, and lots of hit points. That's the only things that do it. I know that this has a burr rune in it, so this gives me 8%. And there's the 15%. Gotcha. 23% damage reduction. Okay. Maybe we are safe against Stygian dolls. As safe as you can be as a melee character. This is the realm of Mephisto. Lots of fire damage. It's not going to matter to me, because at 95% fire resistance, nothing in this game can kill me. At 95%. They can kill my little partner right there. He can die. But I'm not gonna die.
I am overburdened.
That's exactly what he was saying. Oh my goodness, that is terrible, dude. Listen, I have lots of respect for Ots. The man is a hard worker. He deserves every bit of success that he's got in his life. I have nothing but respect for people that grind and they make it in whatever game they choose to play. Nothing but respect. And it makes me sad that he's experiencing exactly what I experienced. Because I'm going to tell you guys, it was not fun. It was not fun. And you see why I call this Return of the Master Killer? Yeah. I punch things in the face and they die. Oh, man. I love this game so much. Oh, and I don't think I ever showed you guys how I distributed my stat points, so let me show you that real quick. I put 141 here, 170 here, and all the rest of my points I put into vitality. So super simple, nothing complicated. 1 down, 3 to go. Let's go kill Diablo. So I'll tell you the secret about the Chaos Sanctuary. This is also a really hard place for melee, And it's not the easiest place for me because the monsters here cast Decrepify and lower resistance. And I'm at 95 resistance. But if they cast lower resistance on me, I'm in big trouble. So this is not the safest place for me. But I dare say I'm safer than a normal paladin here. And you might have noticed that I didn't put on my secret weapon. The secret to doing Chaos Sanctuary is the Dwarf Star Ring and the, what's it called? The Rising Sun Amulet. Yeah. I didn't change those items because I'm so strong I don't need them. Yeah, 95 resistance is amazing. You gotta remember, normally 75% is your normal resistance for a character. So 20 more resistance is humongous.
I can't carry anymore.
Poor Ott. I feel so bad for him. And you know, these cheaters, they have no moral compass. They don't care that they're ruining their entire video game. Because I've never once seen a video game that had cheaters get rid of those cheaters. I remember when EverQuest had its cheaters for the first time. They couldn't get rid of them. I've never seen a game successfully deal with cheating. The closest to success I've ever seen is Blizzard would do ban waves randomly, and you never know when the ban wave's gonna come. But that's really not dealing with the situation. You see what happened to my hit points there, guys? I got hit with lower resistance and then blasted by like 20 spells, and I still survived it. Yes, we are the master killer. Okay, let's buff ourselves again if we can. If and we can. There we go. Let's go.
I am overburdened.
Little hit point buff won't hurt. Poor Ots. I got nothing but respect for that dude, man. Fungus was playing Dead by Daylight last night. For those of you who don't know who Fungus is, he is the most entertaining, in my opinion, streamer of Dead by Daylight. He's an educational streamer. He only plays Dead by Daylight once or twice a week. But there was a point in the history of Dead by Daylight where my personal opinion is he was the greatest Dead by Daylight killer. And one of the greatest survivors. The man was amazing. He was up there, you know, he was up there with the best, like Trickster Shadow. That's another guy who's an absolute amazing killer. But I was there when Fungoose got his 164 wins in a row on the Plague. Yeah, Fungoose is an amazing Plague killer. And he uses these perks that most people don't use. See, most people are like me. We're average intelligence people, right? But Fungoose is very high skill, high intelligence. And so he would use a perk called Thrilling Tremors. And I forget what the other perk's his favorite. There were two perks he used that were big brain perks. And he used them to devastating effect. Yeah. The man is just built different. Let me just say, he's not built the same as I am. See, I'm fully willing to admit that I was not the most skilled Demogorgon who ever played the game. I was kind of like an NFL running back that played for 20 seasons, and that's why I had the record. You know, I wasn't the best running back. In my opinion, the best running back who ever lived was Terrell Davis. He took the Denver Broncos to a Super Bowl victory. I don't know if you guys watched that game where they played the Packers, but as he was laying on the ground, a Green Bay Packer stomped on his head. I saw it live on TV. None of the commentators mentioned it. All of a sudden, Terrell Davis had one of his migraines, right? He had one of his migraines and he had to get some extra oxygen. That's what they said. No, I watched the dude stomp on his head. And he still came back and carried that game and won the Super Bowl. 2,000 yards per season. He broke 2,000 yards. Love me some Terrell Davis. I am not a Terrell Davis. I am not a Scott John. If you want to see one of the best Demogorgon players in the world, Scott John, Bronx, MSA Matai, amazing Demogorgon players. They are elite. I'm more like the journeyman, the journeyman running back who played for 20 seasons and I got all the records. Definitely not as skilled as the rest of those amazing people. So that was actually the most dangerous pack for this build. This was the pack that was most likely to kill me. Out of everything in the game, that was the most dangerous monster. Everything else is going to be easy. Well, knock on wood, everything else is going to be easy. This is the pack that kills most people. These infestors over here, whatever you want to call them. I'm not smart enough to remember the names of stuff in this game. Alright, let's go ahead and deal with this group. I ain't afraid of you guys. What you got? What you know about that? What you know about that? What you know about that? I know all about that.
I can't carry it.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Not even death can save you from me.
You talk big trash, Diablo, you know that? What was that? I didn't hear what you were saying there, Diablo. You went down like a chump, son. That's where that 60% crushing blow comes in real handy.
Stay a while and listen.
Oh, very nice. Oh, we got the garbage. The Demon Limb, level 63. Damage the demons, that makes sense. Fire damage, lifesteal. Oh, that's nice. This isn't that bad, really. I don't got room in my inventory for stuff like that.
What do you need?
Alright, next up on the list, we're going to kill Belle, and then we're going to kill the cows, and we'll be done with this section of the video. The character I'm going to play after this one, this is called the Return of the Master Killer. It is an idea built around the Guardian Angel. What is the most optimal build you can do with Guardian Angel? Now I believe it is this one. This is a Fanaticism Ziller. That's what I'm playing right now. A Fanaticism Ziller. And the next build I'm going to show you guys, I'm super excited about. It'll take me a minute to set up, but there is another build I want to show off. Alright, let's make sure we're nice and hit point buffed, and let's go kill the thing. There's really not a monster I'm worried about here, I'm going to be honest with you. Grab that full rejuvenation potion. Oh, we looking good now. Standing tall and looking good. We ought to be in Hollywood. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh Lord, I'm Josie. You dress it right and cover down. 40 inches all around. Whoa, whoa. I feel like there's a lot of room for them to improve Diablo 2. This game is a very well-beloved game by its gaming community. Kind of what I like to see them do is I like to see them have a classic mode and then an upgraded mode. So for all those purists out there who just want to play the game, and I respect that, guys. Don't get me wrong. I respect the purists. Who just want to play the classic Diablo experience with the beautiful graphics. I would like them to have their own mode in the game. And then for people like me who want a better balanced game than what we currently have, we can play the other mode. We can call it Chad mode. Alpha Chad mode. Let's go. You know what's beautiful when you get hit by like 20 lightning spells and it doesn't damage you? Yeah, that's this build right here. That's what's beautiful. This build has a lot of answers. This game asks questions and you better have the answers when they ask the questions. Golly, I think you see me fight every monster that normally gives people a hard time. And we have dealt with them rather easily. That's good. That's good. Now you guys know just how good this build is.
I can't carry anymore.
I can't carry any more gold, am I? Really? Oh well. I need to stop by the bank and drop off some gold, apparently. We rolling in the dough, ladies and gentlemen. Rolling in the dough. But I hope you're all having a lovely day today. I know I am. It's always a lovely day. Beautiful day. Start our week out right. For those of you who don't know, my name is Brother Love, and I was a Dead by Daylight main. I spent thousands of hours probably of Dead by Daylight, and I was the #1 Demogorgon in the game. And you say, well, how do you measure who's #1? You already said you're not the most skilled Demogorgon. Yeah, but I had all the records. I was the second fastest 4K'er in Demogorgon history. I had the most shred downs. I had the world record for the lowest level to the highest level in PvP, which is called Ash 4 to Eerie 1. I did it in under 9 hours. No one's ever come close to that record. I literally double kicked in every single game. Other Demogorgon records, I had 516 4Ks in a row on Demogorgon. That means for 10 games a day, no one saw me lose a single game for 516 games. Yeah. And that'll never get beat. No one will ever come close to that record. But the problem is, about a year ago, we started seeing a lot of cheaters show up in Dead by Daylight. And then the devs had the idea, let's launch the game for free on Epic Store. And people created hundreds of thousands of free accounts that they could play with their cheating software. And that pretty much ruined the game for me. My MMR was so high, and they knew me. They knew who I was. They talked trash to me. Yeah, big sad. Big sad. It's sad when you can't play your favorite game anymore. But you know what? There's lots of beautiful games out there, and this is among them. Love me some Diablo 2. Super excited about Season 2 of Diablo 2 Resurrected. It's going to be great. And we are Diablo 2 mains now. Long story short. When one door closes, another one opens. And I'll be honest with you, Dead by Daylight kind of brought out the worst side of me. The very sweaty, try-hard side of Brother Love. I much prefer this. Yeah, we could just face tank everything. There's nothing that can kill us. Make sure we didn't miss out on any rune drops real quick. I do want to make a faith. I don't have one yet, so that's next on my list of things I want to make. I would like to make a faith. Another thing they need to do in Diablo 2, they need to fix large charms. Because as it currently stands, large charms just don't have a value in the game. So how would you fix large charms without devaluing small charms and grand charms? I don't know. Listen, what do I look like? Some kind of a... some kind of a balance expert? I don't got a clue. My idea would be probably to put some prefixes and suffixes on them that you can't normally get. Would probably be the easiest way. That way they're not competing with what we currently have. They do their own unique thing, right? Yeah, large charms just don't do anything. So some changes I like to see in the game. I like to have a charm stash, and I'd like for runes and gems to stack. If they did those two changes alone, I'd pretty much be happy with it. I mean, I'm happy with the game now. I'd be very happy. Let's go kill cows, and then we're done with the build.
I can't carry it.
Not with that attitude, you can't. Listen, bruh. What I need from you is a can-do attitude, okay? Wouldn't it be cool if they came out with voice packs for,
I am overburdened.
you know, like they did with StarCraft? Come up with some voice packs for Diablo 2? That would be amazing.
I am overburdened.
A rune sword. Wonder what that can do. So the great thing about this build is I really haven't even been paying attention to my hit points, right? Somebody's doing my physical. Oh, 2 people. Listen, I don't have to kill this guy, but I'm just gonna kill him so he knows. Mana burn, stone skin, curse, immune to physical, immune to poison. Bruh, he's got everything to counter me, really. Now we gotta put him in his place. And after we beat the cows, I'm gonna show you guys my second build of the day. And I actually have a third build that I was theory crafting, but the problem is I can't use that build until I can get my hands on a Fire Sundering Shrine. So if it ever is included in the game, 6 months from now, I'll be able to use that build. Theory crafting for the future, ladies and gentlemen. Theory crafting for the future. It is a very simple build. I call it the Purifier, and
I can't carry
it's
it.
the one I can't use yet. I guess I should go take a look at what these items are, right? I don't want to miss out on something good.
Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening. Garbage. Glad I checked. Probably going to be a bad item, but we'll take a look at it anyway. You never know when something amazing is going to drop. Off the top of my head, I don't think there's anything that has that icon that I want, though. The things that I want are going to be like the Griffins, the Tomb Reavers, you know, stuff like that. Crown of the Ages, those are the kind of things I'm looking for. Alright, Deckard, what we got here, buddy?
Hello.
Hey, how's it going? How you doing? Fancy meeting you here. The Plague Bear, I already have one of these, and it's really good, so... +5 to rabies. Is there variance on that? Let me look it up real quick. Let's see where the variance comes in, because Diablo 2 has variance. Because +5 is nice. Let me make sure it's always +5. Okay, it's always +5. We already have this. Just wanted to check real quick. Put my little rune in here. And let's do this thing. Let's kill some cows, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, very first attack that we come across has this. He's magic resistant, stone skin, physical resistant, lightning resistant. Yikes. This dude is a beast. Look at him. That is one beautiful bow iron. See, this is where sundering physical resistance would be super nice. For those of you who didn't hear my idea earlier, my idea was minus 15 to all res instead of the minus to physical. Because you just can't make up that difference in gear easily. Yeah, that's my personal opinion. I guess they're all going to be immune to physical, huh? That happens sometimes. Gives us more time to show off our build, right? I ran this last night before I was streaming, and of course, there were no physical immunities that time. But it doesn't matter. It takes a little bit longer. Might kill my little buddy. Oh, they killed me! I was worried about my buddy. I should have been worried about myself.
Hello.
Well, that was the first time I've died on this build. I don't care. Whatever. Doesn't matter to me. I wonder what killed me. I really wasn't paying attention. I was taking it for granted, 100%. That's right. Chase me, cows. Chase me. Not exactly sure what killed me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Pride before the fall, right? I had it coming. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I had it coming 100%. That's okay. What else are we going to use gold for, right? My guess is there were several possessed cows, and several must have hit me at the same time, right? I love you, Diablo. You're so fun. See, it doesn't bother me to die in a game like this. And that was the thing about Dead by Daylight. It didn't bother me to die in Dead by Daylight as a survivor because who cares, man? Just queue up for the next game. Same thing in Diablo. Who cares? It's not like I'm fighting against an actual human being. And I really don't have another use for the gold, to be honest with you guys. I don't gamble items like some people do. So I'm obviously not as efficient with this game as a lot of people. Some people have really good plans in Diablo 2. I could do a lot better. There's room for improvement. But maybe with time I'll figure that stuff out. I'm gonna be honest, the whole gambling thing is kind of intimidating. Like, you gotta take the item level, the character level, there's ideal levels you need to be to get ideal things. It's just too complicated for me. They need to simplify it like they've done some of the other things. It's just a tad too complicated. A little bit too complicated for me. Now, I've watched Mr. Llama's video on gambling at least 3 times.
I can't carry anymore.
And I still struggle to wrap my mind around it. Yeah, this game was built in the old EverQuest days, back when games were much less forgiving. Now, if they ever came out with a single-player version of EverQuest, I would be so happy about that. Because EverQuest has thousands of hours of content. If they could just they could just balance it around single player, because I actually think as a single player game it would be great. As a multiplayer game, it jumped the shark a long time ago. So I was a raid cleric in EverQuest way back in the day, and the thing that killed EverQuest was an expansion called the Gates of Discord. EverQuest was doing great until the Gates of Discord. And then they pulled, they actually did something that Blizzard themselves did. But instead, people went to World of Warcraft, which is kind of ironic since Blizzard does it too, right? It's kind of ironic. But they came out with monsters that were 5 levels higher, but they didn't raise the level cap of the people. So they just literally couldn't beat the content. And people were very upset about it. Very upset. Lots of guilds disbanded over it and went to World of Warcraft. And I in fact went to World of Warcraft, where I became a raid rogue. And for 1 whole week, this is my claim to fame in World of Warcraft. It's the smallest brag you'll ever hear in your life. For 1 week on one server, I was the #1 raid rogue. In the Wrath of the Lich King to
It's locked.
what's it called? The one that gosh, I can't remember the name of the expansion. It was right after Wrath of the Lich King. Cataclysm? Yeah. In that time period for 1 week. So not long. And I'm absolutely positive that I was not the #1 rogue out of all the servers. Just that one server. But it was nice to be #1 for a week. I'm not gonna lie. It's much more fun playing rogue than it is to play a raid cleric. I don't know if you guys know much about EverQuest, but basically we just spent time counting, and then we cast one spell over and over again. That's it. That was the entire. You heal the main tanks that way with a spell called Complete Heal. Probably the most boring, least engaging content you could imagine. Yeah. People nowadays would not put up with that kind of thing. But back in the day, it was innovative. It was the new thing, you know? World of Warcraft, they did it way better. I'm gonna just say that. World of Warcraft did it way better. Raiding and WoW was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. And the funny thing is, their first raids were much worse, but they improved so quickly. Like, those devs really... There's a lot of love put into World of Warcraft. So after EverQuest failed, it pretty much just came up with this new concept where they would release like a little bit of raid content once every 6 months, and new gear, new raid content. But basically, you just got the same 2 guilds doing the same content. Like, the game died a long time ago. Super sad. Yeah, I do miss EverQuest sometimes. It's hard to play a game for thousands of hours and not miss it. Sometimes I miss Dead by Daylight. I mean, it's only been 3 weeks or 4 weeks since I stopped playing it. Sometimes I really want to play. The other day I was watching Immortal Ops play. That's one of my friends. And oh man, he was playing Billy. I wanted to play Billy so bad. I'm a really good Billy player. But in that exact game I watched him play, there was a speed hacker. And made his life absolutely miserable. And that pretty much helped me deal with Jones playing the game. reminded me why I had to quit. Unless they fix the cheating problem in that game, I will not go back to it. And they can't. I've never seen a game successfully deal with cheaters. Once it starts, it's pretty much the end of the game. Now, it would have helped Dead by Daylight if they hadn't allowed a foreign company to invest in their company, because I'm not going to name the country this company is from, but they're known for supporting cheating software, so it wouldn't surprise me if the very company that invested in Dead by Daylight is the company that produces the cheat for the game. It would not surprise me whatsoever. Yeah, it's big sad, because I don't want these people to lose their jobs. I want Dead by Daylight to be a success, but I just don't see how they can fix it. How do you do the impossible? Because people are so smart at cheating. Imagine when you make a video game, you're not thinking, how could someone come into my game and break the game, right? It's real sad. I just don't see how they fix it. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is a fix, and if there is, I'll go back to it. Now, my wife hated me playing that game. She doesn't like scary movies, so of course she's not going to be a fan. Looks like we done, ladies and gentlemen. Well, this build did everything. We even died once, you know, for science. Yeah, we'll say that. We'll claim that for science. You know what I'm saying? Let's go on to our next build.
I can't carry anymore.
So the next thing I'm going to show you guys is, I had an idea. What is the laziest build I can create and kill stuff in Diablo as a paladin? What is the absolute laziest build I could come up with? Alright? So I'm just going to do this so I can see when to change the video. Because I'm going to make 2 videos out of this. So the name of the second video is going to be Easy Peasy Napalm Squeezy. That's the name of this next character we're going to build. And his